Alright, we're back with more Dang It Grandpa Another. We are now going to be going to the 5th floor and hoping that Makako isn't dead. Because if Makako is dead, I cry. Yeah, he's here. Okay. He's here again. Guys, did you find Kisaragi? Yuki, that's... What is... There's blood no matter where we looked at. Wasn't the 5th floor originally we tried bloodstains? It wasn't just me. The blood wasn't dried. The blood that was spread and spared from the beginning was warm blood that had just been spilled. This is a lie, right? Maybe it's not it. Well, maybe something else. There are bloodstains running from the lab down to the record room below. This blood was originally from the 5th floor. It's a new blood stain. What are you talking about? Don't run away from reality, you guys. Don't you all know that too? And if you tremble, there's only one path ahead of us. Someone shed blood from one of us. What else could it possibly be? I can't. Is it a phrase you use at a time like this to say, will you turn your eyes blind? Us execution of Satsuki. This thing I thought would never happen again. A murder happened again. Another person died. We have to go to the class trial in order to uncover the killer. It'd be ridiculous, damn it. Yuki. First, we need to understand the situation. Teruya, go to the infirmary on the 1st floor and check if Kinjo is okay. Yuki and Tyra, follow me to investigate the 5th floor. Yeah, alright. We know Kinjo's alright. If you look at the blood spots, you'll notice something happened in the laboratory in the record room, so let's take a look at those first. Tyra, you go to the lab. Yuki, you follow me to the record room. Okay. Please, no. Don't be dead. The floor's sticky. A lot of blood seems to be flowing out of the record room. I don't know who the owner of this blood is, but they spilled this much. Yuki might as well be prepared. Damn it. I believe that's not going to happen. We've been asked from Satsuki to deliver hope just past a few days ago. Made a decision. So I thought no more murders would happen, and I firmly believed it. But that was a mistake. When the 4 cases I have heard so far come with notice. Murder always comes unexpectedly and suddenly. It was the law. More reason to say that there would be no more murders, and I was being negligent without any basis. I should have known what happened in the end. By the way, Mikaro, come to think of it, I thought we couldn't go into the record room. We need a password. That's true. Perhaps only the Kisaragi Foundation officials know the password. The person who organized this crime couldn't even enter the record room, right? This blood could be a forgery as it was in Yamaguchi's case. In reality, the incident happened somewhere else. It's unreasonable if you think about it normally. Why don't you reconsider after the fact of chasing after him? And Kisaragi. Ah. Yes, Yamato Kisaragi. I don't know if Teruya checked on Kinjo properly yet. If Kinjo is safe, there are only 2 people who are not here right now. Makako said she was going to investigate the 5th floor. Kisaragi followed after Makako. Since yes, but I don't think it's weird both of them knew the password to the record room. Wait, it's highly likely this blood is the blood of one of them. Can't be. Damn it, damn it. What do we do? How can we open this door? So I remember what Monokuma said that when the 5th floor just opened, someone is already in the record room. The door won't open even if you put the correct password. 2 of them are stuck in the record room. This is no joke. This is an emergency. Hey, Monokuma. Monokuma, come out. Yes, thank you for nominating me. It's Monokuma who crawls and runs whenever you call anytime. Monokuma, open this door right now. Something big might have happened in there. It's an emergency, so we can use your help in these cases. Moreover, don't you already know what happened anyway? Well, what happened? Of course I know, but it's a little difficult to comply to Yuki's demands. What? Why? I don't know the password either. What? Not even I don't know the password, but all my powers don't work at all in the record room. Meaning no matter how much I try, I can't open this door. It's not that I don't want to open it, it's that I can't open it. Still, someone may be bleeding and dying in that place. You mean we can't do anything? Still, the situation right now is quite tense. If a murder has happened and you can't even enter the crime scene, this has become an unspeakable hoax. I'll give you one hint. The door leading to the record room is in fact not the only one door. The only one here? Maybe there. Hoo-hoo! Ray seems to have noticed something already. Now that you know, you don't need my help. The sight you will soon see. I'm already looking forward as to how much it will drive you into despair. What, you damn thing? Seems the finale is not so far away. Come on, stay strong. Ha ha ha. Oh my god. This Monokuma, he's just fooling with us. Yuki, ignore that trash and follow me right now. There might be a way to the records. For real, where are we going? If you come, you'll see. We have to hurry. Run. Oh, please don't kill Makako. They're gonna kill Mikako off. I know it. I knew it, man. Fuck. I like Mikako. Kara, this is a ballroom? Why are we suddenly here? Keep quiet. My guess is correct. Mikako is to explain. This is the center of the dance hall. White cloth hung from the railing at the top. This is someone had climbed upwards. My prediction was correct. I think the door you can see above me is probably the one that leads to the record room. How did you find out at once? Around the time I was in the ballroom, I kept worrying and more concerned about this. I wondered if the upper floor door was connected to the 5th floor. After escaping from the ballroom, the 5th floor is open, yet there was no room on the 5th floor that led to this door. Except for the one and only record room that hasn't been investigated yet. That's true, but what is this cloth? What about it? It must mean that someone entered the record room one step ahead of us. For now, let's not worry about the slightest thing and check the inside of the records. What are you standing there for? Come on, hurry up. We got no time to waste. Go right in. Inside here, there may be someone bleeding or collapsed on the floor. Maybe already dead. Still have to prepare ourselves, because despair must not stop us anymore. Please don't kill Mikako. This is the record room? Isn't it similar to the ballroom? This door. The back really goes to the record room. Karu, don't you smell something weird? Did you notice too? Smell gunpowder and the smell of blood. It was the embodiment of death. This death feeling that has already been experienced 4 times before. Beyond this gate, the aura of death overwhelms us with a terrifyingly powerful force. We have no other choice but to open it. It's already when someone has disappeared. No more. You can't run away anymore. Don't kill Mikako, please. I beg. It's gonna be Mikako dead. I know it, but like, please, man. I like Mikako. I want to learn more about her character. Don't do this to me. Like, she had, like, reality. There's no other choice but to face it. Fuck. She's gonna be dead, isn't she? I opened the door. There was a sealed staircase. I jumped 2 steps up the very short stairs, and within a few seconds, a door with the word emergency exit tag on it appeared. So he opened the door, a mechanical gray fluorescent light greeted us, and at the same time... Oh. Incomprehensible sight. Mikako standing with blood all over her body, and the body of the ultimate inventor, Yamato, who can no longer breathe, appeared. Oh, Yamato's dead! Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Okay. What the fuck? Kurakawa? Eh? You. What did you do? Oh, fuck. Oh, so, like, he's the one that's dead. Oh, no. Holy shit. What the fuck? Yamato. Ni. Mikako, what the hell happened? How the hell did this happen? Saragi's death, a bloody Mikako. In this chaotic situation, couldn't even remember how much time had passed afterwards. Only have fragmentary memories of Akane and Teruya running after hearing the announcer of the body, telling them how to enter through the ballroom because they can't enter through the front door. Now everyone had gathered in the records, except Kinjo, who lost consciousness. All the survivors of the school murders we have. Fuck! I didn't even think he would die. Holy shit! I thought he was just gonna live, man. I thought he was honestly gonna be a survivor just because they introduced him, but like... Fuck, dude. I don't think it's Mikako. I think the game is trying to frame her, but it definitely isn't her. Mikako, I'll clean up the bloody stuff. Are you okay? It's fine, all, but was that the time to say that? I mean, he's dead. Kisaragi. Doesn't that mean the culprit is among us? According to Teruya, he said there was nothing wrong with Kinjo, but it'll be a miracle if that guy opens his eyes now. Meaning only 5 people here can commit the crime. 5. That's the number of people breathing in this suspicious building. Among so few people, there's a culprit. But look, Yuki, Otori, Rei, and me. Haven't the 4 of us been together since this morning? Yeah, since the last time we saw Kisaragi, we were all together. Who was the last person we met since Kisaragi died over there? More importantly, Makako was alone at the scene, and her body was covered in blood. There's nothing more to see here. We don't even need a class trial. Don't you agree? Shut it, Teruya. We don't know until we investigate. As long as we have time, we must before the class trial. But look at reality. No matter who the culprit is, the murder doesn't change. Soon it will be his turn to appear. His turn? Did you call me? Have you all calmed down? Can I start slowly? Monokuma. Yes, you didn't betray my expectations either. I put a lot of effort in this motive. I almost thought, what if the murder didn't happen? It's a little bitter until it unfolded just as I hoped, and the endorphins were ejected. Yahoo! What do you mean, good? What the hell do you think about humans and Monokuma? Saragi, we didn't meet him for very long, but they were still a classmate like us. I believe it, before we even got a chance to get along properly. Are you even mad at me? I didn't kill him. And friends, you say, hee. It was such a tearful friendship. Still, everything already happened, right? What we should do now is not shed tears as you mourn your friend's death, rather uncover the truth of the incident and punish the culprit, right? Same as always. That's right, I'll give you the Monokuma File 5. Investigate hard and try your best to clear the class trial. Again, you mean we have to do it? That terrible trial again? We can't run away. We started now. We can't stop here. That's fine, but something is wrong. Huh? Monokuma, it's you. You seem a little different than usual. Doesn't look like you're rushing something. What, really? Makaru felt that way. Maybe that's it, right? Well, who cares what I do, because the fact that a murder happened doesn't change. Skipping over, but as Monokuma said, there's nothing we can do about it since it's already happened. Let's do this. We don't have the time to stop here. We mustn't run away. You guys made up your mind when you left the ballroom. You know it by now. We will never give out into despair. Ray. It's like the first thing we said. Pretty good though. It's already happened. We can't turn back time. The government said we can't lose to despair anymore. Unexplained points of amnesia still hadn't gone away, but we decided to fight despair again in order to win the class trial that was right before our eyes. Investigation. Kisaragi. His body was at a level that I couldn't even open my eyes to see. His chest was severely damaged, his internal organs were much more visible. It's like he was hit by a grenade. In truth, we didn't really know much about him. I wanted to know him, but due to our brain abnormality, it was impossible to have a proper understanding. The time we were together was abruptly short. Still, according to Makaru's hypothesis, it's just that we did not remember. Kisaragi may have been our friend too. If they weren't, it was hard to react so casually to someone's death you've been in touch with so little time. Kisaragi, I wanted to know a little more about you. From the thing of it, the last time we saw Kisaragi at the dining hall, he seemed to have changed for a brief moment. No, the case comes first. Let's put all these questions behind, otherwise we'll die. As always, let's check the Monokuma file. The victim is Yamato Kisaragi. Estimated time of death was approximately 8:30 a.m. Cause of death was due to shock from a laceration, a huge hole in his chest. No other injuries were found. This is the end of it? Of course, the Monokuma file is less informative, but this one is especially bad. Well, let's summarize information that can be confirmed with only this. Time of death was 8:30 a.m. It was around 15 to 20 minutes when Kisaragi left the dining hall to find Makako. It can be said that there is no contradiction regarding the time. Problem is that someone killed Kisaragi within 10 minutes or so after leaving the dining hall. No, let's not blindly doubt. As Makaru said, it's never too late to do this as a class trial. This seems obvious. There's a high possibility that there are facts we don't know. Other than that, this was only a brief description written, not even an object believed to be the murder weapon. Think about this in reverse. The weapon itself might be highly related to the case, so you already know it from experience. Since the time of death itself was a trick, there was a Monokuma file that hid the estimated time of death. For now, if it was like this, there doesn't seem to be any indications that would make our thinking from left to right. Let's focus on that. Okay, So, okay, so I wasn't expecting Kisaragi to die, so I'm gonna pause the music real quick. My thought process is that it is either Kinjo or it was either Kinjo, suicide, or it's the mastermind killed them and is framing Makako to get rid of her, like how they did in the first game, like what happened in the first game. That's my thought process. I don't know if I'm right, but I definitely don't think it's Makako. It is being way too obvious about it being Makako that I don't think it could ever be Makako. But yeah, that's the thought process. Kisaragi's dead body. Huggy's eyes were open and empty. He looked like a high school student, no different than us. The handsome face with distinct features was so straight that my brain didn't think it was strange. Well, I can't figure it out just by using the Monokuma file. I'll have to check it out. Kisaragi's body was more severely damaged than the deaths of my other friends I've never seen. So cruel that I got goosebumps just looking at it, like a brutal splatter movie scene. Can't turn my eyes away. I have to make up my mind and investigate anything we can check. In the Monokuma file, the flesh on his chest is completely torn apart. So terrifying that I don't know how to describe it is that it feels like to be exposed to dynamite or a grenade at a very close range. Of course, if that happens, not only the chest, but the whole body would fly away. In case of Kisaragi, the degree of wound in his chest was too large, but the rest of his body was fine. Monokuma file also said that there was no trauma other than the chest. The problem is, I can't even imagine what method to use in order to create a wound like this. Now, since the ballroom is still open, I can think of it as one of the many weapons in the arsenal. Wouldn't it be impossible to detonate only the chest with such precision with a bomb? To mention the time for the crime is way too short for such meticulous work. What's certain is that Kisaragi died from this wound. No more wounds were found. Everyone at the class trial about it. As of now, there seems to be no way to speculate on this abnormality. What's this? Bloody cart left in the corner. This cart, isn't this something from the lab? Certainly was something we saw in the lab. The fact that this cart is so bloody. Was it used to carry a dead body? It's large enough to carry one person, although it's a bit difficult. It seems that you can climb places such as stairs by lifting the handle. Actually, I was concerned about it a while ago, but there was blood in the hallway of the 5th floor. I found that if they had entered the record room through the ballroom, they have not shed a drop of blood while carrying the body there. I always thought it was weird, but it's not impossible if you use this cart. I don't know exactly where Kisaragi died yet. If it was hidden after entering the records, then blood might not matter at all. If we look at it that way, the fact that this cart is in the record room itself means that it's climbed the railing of the ballroom. Does that make sense? Confusion grows in my mind. Well, in the case of somebody, let's keep it noted. This kitchen knife is clean. This is the knife Makako was holding when the body was found. Did Makako really? With this knife to Kisaragi? Why Makako? For that question, I first felt something odd with this knife. Makako file I read a while ago. Clearly it said there was no trauma other than the chest hole, right? Clearly written that way. Besides, just looking at Kisaragi's corpse right in front of me, there were no traces of the use of a knife. And not just a corpse. When I looked again, the knife itself was clean without a drop of blood. Then is this it? This knife is simply a distraction? No, but then why was Makako holding the kitchen knife in the first place? Shouldn't do this. When I start to think like this, I continue to doubt only Makako. Let's not get caught in our prejudices until we go to the trial. Didn't we already experience this 4 times before in the previous trials? Makako wouldn't have been holding this knife for no reason. Let's make a note of it. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Oh, it's Akane. I have to talk to Akane, right? I can't get to Makako. Oh, okay. Makako. Makaro and I found the body. Makako was standing in front of Kisaragi holding a kitchen knife with her whole body covered in blood. So the murder scene had just been discovered. So Makako hasn't said a word. What in the world happened? What is the truth? Did Makako commit murder? Yuki. Huh? Well, what is it? The things you want to say. I know it. What? Because I know. Don't ask me anything now. She said that Makako handed me a small notebook. What is this? Yamato. Kisaragi had a notebook. Eh? Looking through the notebook Makako handed over, found a page with a number written on it among countless of blank pages. 0430. Makako, this is... Don't ask me anything. But Makako, even when we found the body earlier... Please, not now. Don't ask me. I know nothing. She's about to face a life-threatening class trial, and she was probably at the center of this case. She tries to push it back somehow. Couldn't take my heart away from Makako's expression like that. This number that Makako gave me. No matter how much I think about it, if it's related somehow to this incident, then this is a password to the records? Makako seems to lift a great clue. I'll check this password a little more later. For now, let's continue the investigation. Okay. Hey, Yuki, I have something to tell you. Huh? Akane, did you find out something? No, rather than finding, I'll tell Ray about it later. Do you remember? When Ray asked me to go check out the lab? There were pieces of flesh. Pieces of flesh? What are you talking about? I don't know. It was a few of the size of a mass of flesh. They were formed in a huge clump. So grotesque and bizarre that I almost fainted on the spot. I was trembling and tried to calm down and let you all know. But Yuki and Ray are already gone. Wait a moment. Bloody flesh? Isn't this related to Kisaragi's death? Yes, I've noticed too. The only wounded among us were Kisaragi, who died. But doesn't that mean Kisaragi died in the lab? I don't know for certain at this point, but at least I'm pretty sure the culprit did something to them in the lab. Can I thank you? Thanks to you, I got an important clue. It's okay, after all, it's thanks to Ray that told me to go to the lab, and then I'll tell the other guys about it too. I mean, restrictions and records. Just wondering about the place Kisaragi died. Kane's words are true. It's a possibility that Kisaragi was also murdered elsewhere and brought to the records. So Kane informed me. I'll go check the laboratory directly a little later. Oh, that's it? Okay. Yuki, is it fine for a minute? No, even if it's not okay, listen up. Huh? Well, it's fine, but why? Have you tried talking with Makako? Yeah, but she says not to ask her anything. I'll be completely honest. I can't think of anyone other than Makako as the culprit. In this case, if we consider from the perspective of the elimination method. Wait a minute. Mikaro the one who said to investigate since we don't know this yet? As I said, this is only the elimination method. Of course we have to investigate. But look at this. The victim, Yamato, ran out to find Makako while we were all together. And after that, we were together until that guy was found dead. It wasn't like this until we arrived at the 5th floor hallway that something had already happened. To what happened? Tuya went to see Kinjo, and Tyra went to check on the laboratory, right? I asked him, so it would be impossible to break up with us and then commit murder. Even before I asked him, the hallway on the 5th floor was already covered in blood. Kinjo. Tuya said that he was safe. It's more like he's been fighting on his own mind, being safe, but I can't see him being involved in this crime. You're right. After all, what Tuya said a while ago is wrong, but nothing is amiss. The one capable to commit this is Makako. You think this is far? There are two possibilities. One is that the real culprit is Makako. The second one, other than Makako, overturned all her doubts towards her. They are laughing behind the whole scene. Then all of this was planned? Actually, everything seems a little vague. Neither of these have definite conclusions. The incident itself is very unusual and abnormal. We still need to do more investigation. For real. However, there's one thing with certainty. Makako is the only one who doesn't have an alibi. He doesn't have an alibi. Does this mean that it's meaningless to consider this case based on an alibi? If anyone other than Makako is the culprit, that means they've been walking alongside us all along and committing the murder. Anyway, let's investigate further, Mikaro. Thank you for the information. I didn't really tell you anything worth deserving your thanks, did I? The real problem is bigger than you can imagine. Hold your mind steady and investigate. What's alibi? Shit. Cloth was attached to the railing so that we could go upstairs. With this cloth we were able to enter the archives. This cloth has been sent already when Mikaro and I, who first checked the records, entered through the ballroom. As expected, the culprit must have installed it. I felt it when I first climbed it, but it was tied really well. Not only that, the texture of this cloth, I think I've touched it a lot somewhere. Anyway, without this cloth, you can't go in or out of the records, so let's be careful not to break it. The person who installed this cloth is most likely the culprit, so alone this cloth itself could be proof. Let's keep it noted. Oh, I have to go to the arsenal too, don't I? Okay, right, yeah. Hold on. To the arsenal, away! Let's see here right now. Really? Really? I'm not going to the arsenal? Okay. Weird. Okay. That's weird. Entrance to the records without entering the ballroom. If you enter normally, this would be a normal passage leading to the 5th floor hallway. Also, doesn't even open from the inside. Door to the records is locked with a password, so it seems impossible to open it from the inside or outside if you don't know the password to it. Moreover, Monica, we are here. Okay. If we enter the password, it won't open. Mikaru, I don't know about the others, but you and I know, right? Only one can enter, and if two or more try to enter at the same time, the bulkhead will come down to block this. That's right, yeah, I didn't even tell them that when we reported on the investigation. Perhaps the place we're standing right now is where the bulkhead is lowered. Well, then we should get out of here. What if the wall suddenly comes down and we get hurt? Don't make a fuss over it. Monokuma said the same, right? After all, the second bulkhead will be lowered after entering the password. It's safe now. What's more important now is the structure of this record room. Only you can enter alone, because the fact itself can have a profound effect on the case. Is that so? We care much about the door to the entrance of this room. I mean, we all don't know the password, and we can only access it through the ballroom. If it wasn't for the most likely suspect and victim, I wouldn't care. What? No big deal. Anyway, it's good to remember the rules of entering the records. 1. Only one person can enter the records. 2. It won't open if someone is already inside. 3. If 2 or more enter at the same time, the bulkhead comes down. Remember this, you'll have to explain it to the others, too. That means you're asking me to explain it. Mikaru, can't you do it? Remember. Okay. It's a ballroom, so I thought the records was good with just that. This is Mikaru. It seems the records would be a more important place than I thought. Let's keep it to memory. Okay. Examine everything in regards to the record room. Oh, damn it. The case itself is somewhat strange. I feel a sense of contradiction within itself. I feel the previous 4 cases to be normal, but I felt something foreign compared to the previous ones. The complaints, Monokuma has made their broadcast. Yes, there's still time remaining. Something I heard from Akane is some flesh pieces in the lab. Let's check it out with our own eyes. Okay. It's really like Akane said, bloodiness feels wrong. This is the flesh Akane mentioned? As Akane mentioned, a chunk of flesh of the size of 2 human fists was rolling around in blood, so messed up that I couldn't even tell which part it was. It looked like a piece of meat before being trimmed at a butcher's shop. Oh, it's terrible. Stop thinking right now and just wanted to get out of here, but this chunk of flesh has something to do with it too. I have to investigate as far as I can. Flesh was crushed everywhere, and it was shaken violently as if it had been squeezed with force. There was something like dust on it. I was wondering what purpose it was for. The thing of it, bloodstains in the hallway on the 5th floor. Seen from the laboratory to the records. Even this chunk of flesh now has bloodstains on the outside of the laboratory. Bloodstains in the hallway might not have flowed from the corpse itself, but from this piece of flesh that had fallen off. Why'd the culprit do such a terrible thing? It disguises as if a corpse was moved, but it's too sloppy to do that. In the beginning, the archive where the body was found was too clean for the murder to take place. As I guessed while talking with Akane, Kisaragi may actually have been killed in the laboratory. That thought only grew more. Hey, there's something near the mass of flesh. This is what? Looks similar to the smoke grenade used in Haru's incident. A bomb? It can't be. The thing that killed Kisaragi was... Sorry, but that's not it. Mikaru, you were in the lab too? And what time? Hey, I just came and got a report from Tyra about the lab. Isn't that why you're here too? That's true. That's not it. Mikaru, do you know what this bomb is? Bomb, or rather gas bomb. That's it. Actually, I should say it's an anesthetic gas. Temporarily causes paralysis. Anesthetic gas? Kind of nerve gas. It's not harmful to the body. It's a bomb in form of a gas grenade, so it looks like it was made for military purposes. The gas itself is also used for medicinal purposes. Sorry, medical, not medicinal. It's the same thing. I see. How did you know this? I'm not stupid. It's all written there, isn't it? It's written. It's all in English. I think I'll only get more insults if I say any more than this. Anyway, this is anesthetic gas. It was used by the culprit, right? That's right. There are plenty of grenades like this in our arsenal. To disabling Kisaragi with this, did they manipulate the case to fit the trick? But I still can't figure it out. Well, that aside, it's time to go to the trial. Did you find out anything? Oh, vaguely. Looking at the state of the flesh, I guess that the bloodstains in the hallway do not spread from the corpse itself, but from this piece of flesh. And you don't know why they made such a hassle, don't you? Right, something is seriously wrong here. It's not a surprise, because I'm the same. Mikaru, what were you looking at inside? I'm just checking to see if there's something that belongs to Yamato. Checking? Why? Think about it. The bodies of those who have died so far are kept in the laboratory, right? Isn't there a possibility that it's a piece of flesh cut out from there? Wait, Mikaru, did you check the corpses one by one? Fortunately, there was no traces of anyone touching it. It's likely that piece of flesh belonged to Kisaragi Yamato. Not that, what about our dead friends? What, do you want to sue me for checking a corpse? If we don't find out more about the truth, we ourselves will turn into corpses, won't we? Save it. I don't have the luxury to talk to you, because we're arguing for nothing. I'm not in the mood to get angry. Ray's condition from a while ago. As of now, you don't know either, right, Ray? About this case. No, I think I've got a decisive factor. Seriously? You know who's the killer? What I should say is, I don't understand. I feel like I just found the answer without knowing the solution. What are you talking about? Look closely at the piece of flesh there. Some letters are displayed here. Letters? What is this? Bloody writing, a dying message. Besides, this says Makako? Makako? Makako Kurakawa? Maybe, isn't this it? Isn't it possible? Anyone who sees it is pointing at that woman. Such a decisive clue. And the culprit is Makako? Well, if you think about it normally, that's it. However, something is wrong. All the clues say that Makako is the culprit. It fits perfectly. There's an unresolved problem to say that the woman is the culprit. Now even this dying message points to a name that is neither a password nor a hint. You don't even need to process it. Common sense dictates, if you're the culprit, there's Yuki Maeda written on the scene. Would you leave it common sense dictates, if you're the culprit and Yuki Maeda is written on the scene, would you leave it alone? I would erase it. It's weird. It's so weird. Even if this is the correct answer, there's not one or two oddities. Damn it, a woman like me to fall for this. I think investigation will be over soon, so let's get started, shall we? Fifth one. Let's start the 5th class trial. All gather at the courtroom on the 1st floor. It's finally starting. Let's go. The trial will be conducted and a decision will be made. There's no choice. I'll do my utmost effort to help out as long as I cooperate with you guys. That'll be reassuring enough, right? Yeah, so far I've passed the class trial 4 times. It's trust everyone. It will definitely work out somehow. Find out the culprit. You were here. Taria, what's wrong? Wait a minute, I have something to show you. What do you mean? We have to go to the courtroom. It's only just a minute. You have to go down to the 1st floor anyway. Let's go to the dormitory for a moment. Dormitory? What's going on there? Decided to go down to the dormitory following Taria, who looked desperately different from usual. Where Taria took us was... Hey, this is Makako's private room, isn't it? Taria, why in the world are you... For the why, how comes first. You can't enter someone else's private room without a key. How'd you get into Makako's room? I was trying to stop by my room for the last time because I was afraid that might go to trial in advance. That's when I saw Makako's private room was wide open. The door was open. I excused myself into Makako's room. I came in for a while to find out what was going on. I found something surprising. Come this way. This bed. The sheet is missing. No bed sheet. Only hers. Why only Makako's room? Cloth hanging from the railing of the railing. Hanging from the railing of the ballroom. So that was it. Was this bed sheet? What? Yeah, I noticed too. Makako's bed sheet was torn and tied up together. Wait, but then why was Makako's sheet used? What else could it be? It's because she's the culprit. This is not far-fetched as it has been before. This is not solid evidence, so what the heck is it? Evidence to be so openly like this? There's no longer reasoning or being ignorant. This is really... Makaru? What are you guys doing? Didn't the announcement told you together at the courtroom? Miss Tara and Miss Makako waiting for you. God, haha. We've been away for too long. Seriously, I've seen you do this once or twice before, so you think you could be late now? Or are you just calling for a quick execution? Tyra, Julia, let's go to the courtroom. I can't avoid a class trial. Oh, okay. Huh. Well, that's an obvious framing. Oh my god. Guys, I wonder if Makako's being framed. Were the 20 pieces of evidence all pointing to Makako not being super obvious enough? And everyone together, the late blitz gets started right away. But the problem is, like... It's all pointing to Makako, right? But there's no evidence pointing to anyone else. Right? Because it's impossible for anyone else to have done it except for Kinjo. Like, it's legit impossible for anyone except Kinjo. Because Kinjo is the only one who could feasibly have done it within 10 minutes. But I don't know, it's too... I don't know. I don't think they're going to kill off Mikako. I feel like Mikako is the Kirigiri of this game. They can't kill her off. So always please take the elevator down. And for reference, Kinjo is alive but he's unconscious, so I gave him a special break for this trial. Number of people will be small, but let's work hard. 5 people, including me. It's necessary to uncover the truth of this case with such a small number of people. Maida, what in the world were you doing to be so late? Atori and Ray too. Sorry, I was taking them somewhere. Really? I was so worried. I thought something happened because Mikako doesn't say anything. Well, we're not dead anyway, right? Let's go down. Everyone is ready, right? Had the outcome, this might be the last class trial. Why the last one? Why? Because common sense, there's already 5. Except for Kinjo, I can't see any hopeless people. When this class trial is over, there will be only 4 people left. The number of people is reduced up to that point. There will be no murders or trials. The fewer the people, the more difficult it is to act. Doesn't make sense, but that goes for when we pass this trial safely, right? Yes, of the 5 of us, there's a culprit. Even for the ones who have died so far, it cannot end here. That's all we need to know. Let's begin then. The final climax event. Maybe the last class trial. Mikaru's last comment, who wasn't sure if it was filled with certainty, overlapped with the number of remaining survivors. It dug deeper into my chest. I also have to make up my own mind. Overcoming a life-threatening class trial, this school, no, to escape this building, survive safely and to see my family again, to find out the truth. Okay. It's definitely not Mikako. Like, it's so obviously not Mikako. I don't know if they're going to execute her, though. I won't be scared or withdrawn anymore, because we can't hear without knowing anything. Culprit who killed Kisaragi must be identified. This case, I don't like it. Whether it's a trick, no evidence, or a culprit. The culprit's already out there. I'll be okay. We won't die here. Everyone, are you ready? Let's go. The silence so heavy that crushes us lingers in the elevator. Not only was it the tension that the class trial was about to begin, it was also due to the insufficient number of people. Kinjo is still alive, but frankly, there's not much hope. Notice being alive is still a hopeful thinking. Mikaru said that it is highly likely that this will be the last class trial. Really wish it was, but given the nature of the class trials, 1 out of 5 people will never be able to go back up this elevator again. Still, we have no other choice but to do it. Yuki, did you say something? Nothing, just talking to myself. Yeah, we have to do it. Since the very first time Maki was murdered, this has been repeated over and over again. We have no choice. There's none. The elevator stopped with a heavy sound, and we stepped into the class trial for a 5th time, craving for hope to survive. Hey, you're finally here! I thought I was going to die from the exhaustion of waiting. Why does this atmosphere in this courtroom seem to be getting more colorful? Oh, Tori, you have eyes to look, I see. This time I designed it with special care. Doesn't it make your eyes glow? Ew. Now the number of people is small, so why not start early? As always, please go to your selected seats. They wrote the Kisaragi symbol on this thing. Now there are only 5 people here. The fewer the numbers, the more interesting the case. Will the Blackens succeed escaping this time? Will hope win again? Let's get started. So it begins the 5th class trial, 5th crossroad of death. The victim of this case, Kisaragi. There's also the Kisaragi Foundation that used to exist, but its existence itself is the #1 suspect on the candidate to be the mastermind. But he's thinking differently about Kisaragi. His brain was weird. He couldn't communicate well, but no matter how you looked at him, he didn't look like a villain. If we had talked a little more, we might have known more about him. To think they would end up like this. After Kisaragi's appearance, Mikako's condition became strange to anyone looking at it. In the end, she emerged as most likely candidate to be the culprit, and everyone became suspicious of her. Whatever the truth is, even if I don't want to know, soon it will be revealed. No, it must be revealed. Our resolves will cross each other, and the trial shall begin. Ray's the only one left on this page. Holy shit. It's just the 5 people. What actually can't be Makako. We can actually prove it can't be Makako. Because she did the whole, like, thing up to the room, right? And the only person who could do it was the person who opened the door. Which couldn't have been Makako. We've already proven that. So it's like, literally, I already know what it is. The ball and white cloth and this proves that she wasn't the culprit because she couldn't have gone into through the doorway. Because why would you do that? You would go through the door. You wouldn't make that whole, like, extra entryway, right? You would go the easiest path. But how did someone leave? That's the thing. How did the killer leave? Yeah, that's the thing. How did the killer leave? I don't know. Unless I'm thinking of it in a bad order. I don't know. Let's save. We'll do the trial next part. I don't know, man. I don't think it's Makako. I have a feeling it's, like, definitely not Makako. But I don't know who it could be then. Because the only other targets are Kinjo, unless one of the dead people are not dead. But everyone's been killed or murdered. Yeah. Because everyone else has either been killed or murdered, right? Yeah, so it couldn't be any of them. So who could it be? Because all of us were together. Fuck, I actually don't know. Unless Kisaragi's been... No, but we saw him. What the fuck is going on? I don't know, man. I don't know. It has to be Kinjo, right? It's the only other person. It has to be Kinjo. I don't know. Next part, we'll figure it out. Peace.